start. I'd like to welcome everyone to the Special Council meeting of Wyndham City Council this Tuesday, 23rd October 2008. And in the spirit of reconciliation, before I begin this meeting, I acknowledge the peoples of the Kulin Nation as the traditional owners of land on which Wyndham has been built, and we pay our respects to their elders, both past and present. Can you please stand for the opening prayer? We pray for guidance in the Council's decision making to achieve the best outcomes for the people of Wyndham. Please be seated. I would like to welcome members of the gallery, councillors and staff here tonight for the Special Council meeting. Some of you may notice in the foyer, but for those of you who didn't, I would like to make you aware of the following. Has changed a little bit tonight, but I'll read it out. This meeting is being recorded and will be put on the internet at a later date. The recording will be archived and made available on the Council's website. Whilst all care has been taken to ensure that your privacy is maintained, please be aware that your presence may be recorded. Item 2, Madam CEO, do we have any apologies?
No apologies this evening, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Madam CEO. Item 3, declaration by councillors of disclosure of conflict of interest, conflict in personal interest in any items on the agenda tonight. Councillors? No? Thank you. Item 4, annual reports, officers' reports I should say. 4.1 annual report 2017-18. The report commences on page 3 with a recommendation on page 3. There are attachments, page 6 to 171. Councillors, can I have a mover, please? Councillor Barlow. Seconder, please. Councillor Khan. Discussion, councillors. Councillor Barlow.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Look, this annual report took a long time to put together. An extremely comprehensive document. It not only shows some of the outstanding things that we've done over the last 12 months, but it also shows how we've actually spent the ratepayers' money and the various areas that we've done it. I think there's been some really great work done in all 3 wards, and I was going to say that some of the wards have got a much higher growth rate than others, but really when you look at it, the city of Wyndham is growing on several fronts. And maybe that's probably one of our problems. A lot of councils basically grow within a particular area, and so that you can pump all of your money into there for infrastructure and social services and whatever. But we're growing on so many fronts that it is always hard to try to find enough money to provide all of the facilities and services that our community require. However, I want to congratulate the council officers and their staff, our directors and their staff on helping put together a very good report on what the City of Wyndham is actually doing and what we're providing. And obviously with all of our strategies, our advocacies, the council plan 2040 is something that we can use to carry on with a good work into the future.
Thank you, Councillor Barlow. Councillors, any speakers against this motion? Any further speakers for it? Councillor Shaw.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just wanted to quickly talk about some of the achievements that are not only highlighted in this annual report, but that I think this council has achieved over the last 2 years. I think this council has achieved a lot in 2 years, more than some councils actually get through and achieve in 4. So I just wanted to, some of them are covered in the annual report, some of them are on page 4 and 5 of the actual report in the special council meeting document, but I just wanted to sort of highlight some of the good work that this council has actually done. Family Friendly City Charter, Reconciliation Action Plan, the Gambling Harm Minimisation Policy, the Wyndham Sports Strategy, the Events and Festival Framework, Pop-Up Parks, Wyndham Parks 2021, Western Roads Package, Catalyst Sites, Smart City Winglands, Schools for Wyndham campaign, I Love Wyndham campaign, revitalisation of Wyndham Park, environmental and sustainability recently received a state government grant for the reactivation of the former Glenwater School site, the Wyndham Aboriginal Community Centre, an integrated family centre, new kinders in Tarney North and Wyndham. And over the last two financial years, we have budgeted in the range of, for capital works, somewhere in the range of $120 to $140 million per financial year. So I think overall this council has done a terrific job. This annual report actually covers a lot of it in the last financial year, but I think not just council officers, but this council should be commended of the work that we are actually doing. Thank you, Mr Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Shaw. Councillors, any further speakers? Councillor
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Last year has been a very big one, as Councillor Shaw just mentioned. There are many activities, events and milestones summarized in the meeting agenda, so on pages 4 to 5, and as well as outlined in more detail in the annual report in itself, included from pages 6 to 105. Over the last year, we have achieved a great number of things, and this annual report provides transparent record of other achievements. Our audited financial statements also outline our financial performance. And note that although we had healthy operating surplus this year, a lot of this surplus is money that already committed to deliver projects held by council as developer contributions to partly fund future infrastructure projects. I would also refer you to the infographic on page 12 on the agenda, that it is amazing to reflect that over 2017-18 there have been more than 14,000 new residents moving to Wyndham, more than 4,600 babies born, more than 10,000 planning applications received, more than 970,000 library visits, and more than 1.6 million library items borrowed, 80 kilometers of new roads, and more than 900 visitors to aquaports. This evidence Wyndham is one of the fastest growing municipalities in Australia, and we need to stay ahead of community needs. And I do not underestimate just how much of a challenge this is. I want to reflect on how far we have come over the last year to reach towards our goals of being a smart city, and to ensure our staffs are provided with the tools and systems they need to provide more responsive and efficient services to our community. A huge list of activities, events, and milestones would not have been achieved if it wasn't for the dedication and hard work of our CEO and our staffs. As Council Smart City holder, I believe I'm in a good position to say that the last 2 years will be looked back on this as critical for the positioning, structuring, and resourcing of our organization to be focused on the future needs of our community. As Council, we will make some big decisions to support these efforts, and although these decisions often don't get a lot of public attention, I for one have noted just how far we have come. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Ryan. Councillors, any further discussion? No further discussion. I'll put it. Councillor Marcus.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Well, the highlights of the financial year have already been highlighted, but I think when people talk about our congested roads, and when you look at we've done 8 kilometres of new roads, I think that's quite a good result. And the visitors to our library centres, the 1.6 million items borrowed, and almost 1,000 or 1 million visitors to aquaports, I think we've done a really, really good job. And as you can see in the highlights, we've had 14,026 new residents. That's a lot of people coming into our city that we have to have infrastructure for, so I think that's really good. What I thought I would do, instead of going generally, I thought I would do something about my portfolio, because our portfolio is the environment portfolio, and without a very healthy environment, we would be in trouble. And I have to talk about the dogs and cats. And we've had 26,640 pet registrations, which is much higher than we've ever had before. And this is made up of 19,985 dogs and 7,146 cats. And to get this number of cats registered in 1 year is an enormous effort by our staff. And I'm wishful thinking. I'm hopeful that we'll see all cats registered by the end of this council term. We brought out a domestic animal management plan, and as you know, all councils, are required to prepare and implement a domestic animal management plan. And it was wonderful to see so many people coming behind us, 891 or 81 people put in a submission, which is the highest ever on any strategy or policy we put out. And I would say that that is due to the very hard work of the people in the environment portfolio and the cat and dog domestic policy. So I think that's really, really good, and I'm very proud of them. Another one about projects is the, oh my God, greening the pipeline. Council were excellent at advocating for the green space that improves community amenity and health. And it's very important that we have a lot of parks and gardens in this city, because Wyndham is two degrees hotter than the leading suburbs of the eastern suburbs, so it's very important. And Council received another injection of $1 million in this year's budget, and this will enable delivery of integrated water management opportunities between Laurie Evans Reserve, Statutory and Train Island. This portfolio will continue to work hard and plant more canopy trees, and it was just brought to our attention last week that Hops Crossing has less canopy trees than anywhere else, and I can proudly say that we've got straight onto this, and we are working on it straight away so that these trees will be planted in Hops Crossing over the next 12 months. So we do listen to absolutely everyone. One part that I am concerned about is in people and community, and I'm really concerned about the NDIS disability, and I think that that's something we've got to look at, especially in mental health industry. The people working in mental health at the moment are very concerned about what will happen to the people through the NDIS, and I know Council are advocating very hard to make sure that we can work with the people in this area and housing respite and housing for our younger people. Yes, I'm going to do that now. Really, we should have had more time to talk about this tonight. This is a very important document here tonight. So, as I've said here, my time is up, and I think we have a very sound financial report and strong local staff members.
Thank you, Councillor Marcus. Councillors, any further discussion?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. While the annual report is prepared to comply with Section 135 of the Local Government Act, which includes the opportunity to report on our operations and our audited financial statements, it's also, as everybody's demonstrated tonight, an ability to showcase what this city does well. It also demonstrates what Councillor Hart has stated with the 14,000 moving in, over 4,600 babies being born, and over the 10,000 planning applications, that this city is certainly not just roads, racing one issue. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor McElwain. Councillors, any further discussion? Councillor Khan.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm going to start with giving a bit of a sort of snapshot of what is the funds summary in annual report. I think officers have put a lot of time and effort to it, and we can see that the operating positions of this council this year is very strong. We got surplus of $229 million, $0.5 million, compared to last year, $249.3 million. This is still strong now. It's important to see how council is running. And when you talk about operating position, which is pretty strong, we talk about also the obligations to the loan and borrowing. Now, the loan and borrowing is also a debt to ratio, which is important to know that how the council will serve the capital loan environment. Now, we only got $55 million as a capital loan, and it's 29.3 is a debt to ratio. You can see that 2015 we will have about 34, lower than 35. This year this ratio is slowing down, but again, signing out we have more capacity to serve, and it's 29.3%. It's important also knowing that how the council's performance is really performing at the stability and efficiency. The council's primary source of, as we know, the revenue is including rates, user fees, fines, grants, developer contribution, and it's good to see that now the rates concentration ratio marginally increased to 50.8% in 2017 and 18, which is indicates a healthy and stable mix of council's revenue this year. This is just a graph showing how council is strongly financially stable, and we'd love to tell people what happened in our city compared to the last year. Now, it's important to see that we are second fastest growing council in Victoria State, fourth in the country. Now, we have reached on 30 of June 2017, 241,000 population of the city. Now, $100 divided by, very nicely summarised, I would like to see more spent on roads and other. At the moment, we're spending $4.91, so we can see that we can plan a better city and spend more, even though dollar has been highly spent, which is great to see the road and footpaths and repairs. Also, I would like to request as council next year, look into the $1.9 and our $100 for spending to aged and disability services. I think where we have sort of forward planning now next year, how we can see that the ratio can be balanced, and there's always areas where room for improvement. But we also know that the rates of road is required, number of trains passing the city, and we need Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I think we needed more train stations, more regular train services. Because of not having that, is putting a lot of congestion, traffic congestion. People are losing car and other means to go to city. So we're interested now that the state government, federal government can put some more money and make the city looking more livable and affordable for everyone. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
You're welcome, Councillor Dunn. Councillors, any further discussion? No further discussion, as there was no speakers against. Please move on to reply. I'll put it to the vote. All those in favour? Against? The motion is carried. Item 4.2, 2018 statutory meeting of the council dates. The report commences on page 172 with a recommendation on page 172. There are no attachments, no removal, please. Councillor Barlow, second of please. Councillor McWayne. Discussion, councillors. Councillor Barlow.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Look, I've timed the motion. It's obviously we have quite a number of people who are going to be away for the 21st. I will acknowledge that Councillor Gilligan did raise this as a notice of motion back a couple of months ago. But at that stage, the only person that I was aware of that would be away at that time would be Councillor Hooper, who went out, actually did something quite novel, went out to his community and asked them if he had the support for him to run the upcoming state election. And obviously you've got that support because you are running, and I wish all of the councillors here the best of luck coming up in the near future. If I'd have known then, as obviously, unfortunately, I'm not a futurist, so I can't see into the future. If I'd have known then that we were going to be 6 councillors short of not being here and therefore not have quorum, I would have voted back then to actually have the meeting moved back a week, what was originally intended. But unfortunately, I'm not a futurist, and I can't foretell the future. So obviously, it's a sensible thing because the election of a new mayor and deputy mayor and the chairs of meetings and all of that type of stuff has to be done in November, and we fall in November. So I'm more than happy to support that recommendation of councillors.
Thank you, Councillor Barlow. Councillor, any speakers against this motion? Any further speakers for it? None. Okay.
I'd just like to say, Mr. Mayor, that I support the recommendation, but I would like it noted, I think in the history of this city, I don't think we've ever been in a situation where we haven't had a quorum on the most important night of the year, as
Gillian. Councillors, any further discussion? None against, so again, no right reply. Councillor, put to the vote. All those in favour? Against? The motion is carried. Item 4.3, establishment of the Wyndham Community Grants Program Evaluation Panel. The report commences on page 174. The recommendation on page 174.
So, Mr. Mayor, I intend to put an alternate motion.
Councillor Gillian.
Thank you very much.
The attachment is commencing on page 179. Councillor Gillian.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. I intend to put an alternate motion in relation to the item 4.3, and it is as follows. Point 1, that Council endorse the revised Wyndham's community grants and subsidies policy as per attachment 1 as amended as tabled, which clarifies how the grants assessment will involve the Wyndham Community Grants Program Evaluation Panel to provide feedback to Council officers. Point 2, that Council adopt the revised terms of reference as per the attachment as amended and tabled, which outlines the process of grant assessment, the role of Council officers in preparing information and advice to the panel, and confirms that the Wyndham Community Grants Evaluation Panel will provide feedback to Council officers. 3, that Council note the Community Grants Evaluation Panel will commence immediately. And 4, that Council appoints the Mayor of the Day as the Chair, and also appoints Councillors Shaw, Marcus, Gilligan, Arm and Barlow to the Wyndham Community Grants Program Evaluation Panel.
Thank you, Councillor Gillian. Councillor Wright, second. Councillor Shaw. Councillor Gillian.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. I think this has been significantly canvassed both in terms of the rationale and the intent of this panel. The amendments that are contained relate to ensuring there is greater clarity around the decision-making process residing with the Director of City Life and ultimately for the Chamber as opposed to a decision-making process of the panel itself. The panel will largely provide feedback to Council officers, which then will come to this Chamber as per a Council report, and that is done to further add clarity in relation to the probity concerns that were raised for this particular panel, whilst ensuring that we achieve the outcome which was originally intended, and that of course is that councillors have greater insight and participation in Wyndham's community grants program. So I think that is achieved through these amendments. I think these amendments do adequately satisfy the concerns that have been raised previously, and I think that is a good thing around how we work collectively together in looking at ways to strengthen proposals such as this one through a very collaborative process and ultimately end up with a finalised product which hopefully everyone can be happy with. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Gillian. Councillors, are there any speakers against this motion? Councillor Hooper.
Mr. Mayor, look, I've gone through what I'm reading up there and the materials that Councillor Gillian has provided previously. I can't see how this is any different to a briefing before we go through a formal council meeting to discuss the applications before us. At a briefing, we would have an understanding of, I'm sure, an understanding of the grants that have come before us and which aren't meeting the criteria and what's not being recommended by officers. I fail to see how this process actually does anything to enhance or differentiate from that process. I just think it's creating a conflict of home here, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Hooper. Councillors, any further speakers for this motion? No further speakers. Councillor Barlow.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm on the public record as originally being against going down this track, but I will thank Councillor Gilligan for the amount of work that he's put in actually rewording the motion, because obviously with the way that it's set up now, councillors don't get the final say in where the money is actually allocated. It's actually, as the 6 councillors, or the mayor and the 5 councillors that are on the evaluation panel, will give, evaluation panel, will give their views as to whether organisations, whether the amount of money allocated is enough, it's not enough, or whatever. But that's what they are. They will be personal views by us, I assume, as individual councillors. And then those views and the nominations or the applications for the grants will go to the council officers, who will then look at them and actually determine that they meet the criteria and the guidelines for any funding that is actually given out to these groups. And then the report will come back to council here in the chamber, and all 11 councillors then will have the opportunity of actually supporting those recommendations or seeking, I assume, they will be seeking alternatives. With that being the case, I have shifted my position slightly, and whether it's a relevant or an irrelevant exercise, in that what I will be doing, there'll be 2 things that I'll be monitoring as a member of this evaluation panel. One is that we ensure that there is no pork barrelling into particular organisations or wards, which can happen, and it has happened on numerous other councils in the past, where councillors actually determine who gets the money, and as I've mentioned in this chamber before, there's been a couple of councils that have actually been closed down by the state government, not because of just that, but a whole range of other issues around that. So I think that there are guidelines put into place here that that's not going to happen in this council, that we will provide some feedback, and then the council officers will get to work with a very good job that they've been doing over the last 4 years.
Thank you, Councillor Barlow. Councillors, any further speakers against? No? Oh, yes.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Mayor, I previously voted against this item on 2 occasions, and again I will be voting against this recommendation based on transparency and possible undue influence that may eventuate on the grant applications that come before it, regardless of all the best intentions. While the terms of reference of the grants evaluation panel states it doesn't have any delegated decision-making powers nor requires a quorum, I have to say we have to be realistic. Despite all good intentions, it's my opinion it opens up undue influence, maybe not deliberate, on officers to go in particular directions, given that we're going to have 6, more than half the council on this panel. The panel will have the ability to provide information and comment on the application to council officers. Councillor Barlow has previously stated that previous councils have got themselves into serious trouble dabbling in this area. I personally don't think any councillor should sit on a grants panel, full stop, plain and simple. Leave it to the experienced officers. We have the ability to make a comment at the end of the process. We've had a process. We can ask at any time to be briefed as a full council. This is extra work on both officers and councillors, and I would like to know what the actual benefit is going to be achieved by having a panel of 6 councillors. I cannot understand why councillors would want to vote for this and believe it isn't a good process, as many are already saying they're so time poor with existing council commitments, their briefings and other public duties, let alone their work commitments, and now they want to sit on a grants panel. I think I've said enough on this matter, and I hope that councillors will seriously consider why they need to be on this panel. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor McElhaney. Councillors, any further speakers for Councillor Shaw?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Look, I have supported this from the outset, and have also, like Councillor Barlow, I do think we've worked hard to work through any issues that other councillors have raised to make sure that this is a very transparent process, that things are documented appropriately and that council officers are involved in this process. I do understand that Councillor McAloney is making her own opinions on this and she is well entitled to do that, but I do take offence that she is inferring that people who put their hand up to be on this panel are not only time poor and struggle to get to briefings and other things, but are also putting their hand up to be on a grants panel. I'm doing it because I actually want to be part of the decisions that we make as a group and understand what some of the people in our community and these community groups are looking for and asking for. And for me, it's actually an important step in ensuring that I'm advocating across the whole community for things that are important for the whole community. So this is just one step in helping me understand that. And whilst I do also take exception that people think that we would put undue influence or behave inappropriately in awarding council money or ratepayers' money to organisations in our community. So I look forward to being on this panel if we do get a majority vote on this, and I hope that over time people will see the benefit that comes through with that. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Shaw. Councillors, any further speakers against this motion? Any further speakers for this motion? Councillor Marcus.
Thank you. I think this is a good step forward. I've been on this council now 13 years, and in the earlier days, the council has always had input into the evaluation of the grants panel. And I think that we are all good, honest councils. I don't think we'll be in there advocating for in our own wards, where a couple of the other councils went wrong. It wasn't through the grants panel. It was that they were getting large amounts of money to spend in their own wards, and this is where they went wrong. So I don't think this will happen in this council. I have every confidence that all the councillors sitting around this table will be honest, open and very transparent, and we will work to the best of our ability to make sure the grants go to the correct recipients that need and are working very hard to make this city a very lovable, livable city, organising fantastic events. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Marcus. Thank you, Councillor Marcus. Given there's no more speakers against, any further speakers for? Councillor Arnott.
Mr. Mayor, I support the establishment of this panel because I believe the establishment of this panel is actually for better transparency of the whole grants program evaluation process, and that's the whole point about supporting this panel.
Thank you, Councillor Arnott. Councillor, any further speakers? Councillor Carmer. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. My position's been from day one. I think this is a great tools to give an opportunity in having a number of councillors on their panel, and I think I welcome Councillor Henry Barber's decisions to be considering himself and supporting this motion, because initially he wasn't convinced about it, and he did use whatever. This is a truck, but I will say that this is a good process, and sitting like Councillor Henry Barlow, Mia Shaw, Josh Gilligan, Heather Martin, Councillor Ann, I think they're not experienced people and new people. So it's best a good combination of new and old councillors, and I'm confident my fellow councillors will follow the process, and I think we're naive to make that comment saying that, we would led by another councillor and led. I think it's been a great council, we've supported each other, we work in a team, and this is a great piece, we're having a great debate. We did, pass the motion, and then we did also sort of, shut the motion down and now we're back again, and I think this is a great way of seeing that, we are really considering what is good for the city of Wyndham, what is good for the city of the residents, and how we're going to process the grants and what this panel can benefit. But also, though, it's my understanding this panel is only for 1 year, so each year will be renewed, if I'm not wrong, Mr. Mayor, and there's always opportunities, to review the performance of this panel, and there's always the improvement to make that. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Carr. Councillor, any further speakers for the motion? Any further speakers against the motion? Councillor Gibbons.
I agree with Councillor Hugh McMahon. I think that you know, we've got officers we pay very good money to, and they think that we've outlined through policies and other things what they're supposed to do. And I just think it's ridiculous that we get involved at this level of debate.
Thank you, Councillor Evans. Any further speakers against? For. Against? Councillor Gilligan.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. A couple of brief points. The first one is probably in relation to nothing short some stuff, but I do want to make the point that I'm incredibly proud of the fact that I work full time. I spend a lot of time doing various council activities. I do over 50 hours a week, probably more, and I'm prepared to find the time to be part of this panel. I would appreciate sometimes with those sorts of comments be big about the types of people around the table who do contribute sort of hours every week. And I'm not seen as often as others, but they contribute a whole lot of hours, and we should all be incredibly proud of those people who do that. On the point that has been made very frequently around the spend of funds by councillors in grants, I just want to point out that a lot of that relates to what they call discretionary funds. They were essentially monies that were handed to councillors to spend on anything they liked within some parameters of guidelines, but anything that they liked. There wasn't a requirement of applications to the extent of what we're talking about. There was nowhere near the probity of what already exists in this proposal. In fact, it was a cash splash. Now, this is absolutely nothing like that. The amount of processes that these grants must go through, and nearly the oversight that councillors have versus the decision-making elements has been clearly outlined in these amendments. And finally, if a set of councillors wish to go for a cash splash, they could simply put a motion in the chamber and intend to get 6 votes and do it anyway. So let's be real about this. There are parameters if councillors want to have undue influence by merely putting propositions in the chamber and passing them. You wouldn't go through the effort of sitting on a panel to then try and attempt to do it a second time. You'd simply circumvent the process and push it through. But the reality is, people around this table will never do that. In my view, they've never attempted to do that. They will never get the support because of the high threshold that's required to get 6 votes, and we've seen how difficult that can be, and that's a good process of negotiating and getting the best policy outcomes for the ratepayers in which we represent. So I think this is a great outcome that has taken in feedback that quite rightly has been important, and I appreciate, and I've accepted and we've amended, and I think this will be a very good outcome for the city of Wyndham. Thank you.
You've 40 seconds to spare, Councillor Gilligan. Thank you. Councillors, those in favour? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.